Enjoy real time. On the Robert Show. Discussing politics and things that make us tick. On the Robert. On the Robert. On the Robert Show. Now welcome to the Robert Show. Welcome to the Robert Show. You ain't gotta go. Welcome to the Robert Show. Welcome to the Robert Show.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Robert Show. Certainly glad you tuned in this afternoon. We have another one of those great shows for you. I have Tasari, which is back with me, who's running for Detroit City Council, and he's going to tell you a little about the election. You know, he's a write-in candidate, so you have to write his name in. We want you to make sure that when you go to the polls to support this young man, because we need young people in office today with bright, fresh, new ideas. So don't forget that, and he'll be up shortly after the commercial break. Once again, we thank you for watching, and you know, as I always say, go to that refrigerator, get that beverage, get that sandwich, look on top of the refrigerator, get some chips, popcorn, you know, because I don't want you to miss anything. So please, we're going to come right back and call a friend, call a neighbor, and let them know that Robert is on the air. We'll be right back. Thank you.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Well, welcome back to our show. We're going to be talking with our guest, and you know, he's running, like I said, for Detroit City Council for District 2. And so, Tasari, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me again. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And would you give the audience, please, your first name, please?
Yes. My name is Nguvu Tasare. I'm the write-in candidate for Detroit City Council District 2. And District 2 is everything between roughly Woodward Avenue and Southfield Freeway and 8 Mile and Davison.
Okay, that's good. So how's your campaign going?
It's coming along great. We're still in this thing. You know, we started almost a year ago, last November, and not a lot of people thought we'd make it to the end, and we made it. We're still engaging in the debates. We've been able to send out thousands of mailers. We're getting as many signs as we can out into the neighborhoods. I know we were talking off air about your neighborhood, so I'm going to make sure we get some signs all up and through there. But, you know, for a write-in campaign with someone who not only has never run for office, but has never even worked on a political campaign, we've done better than anyone could have expected.
But what gave you the desire to do this?
You know, it was when I moved to District 2, I had no desire to run for office ever. You know, as an activist, as an organizer my entire life, I've been more on the agitating side of politics, pushing people to do right by my community. However, when I moved to District 2, I really came to understand that there was not going to be someone in this race who I felt genuinely had demonstrated a care for community and a care for building community. And so I felt like God told me if that wasn't, if I had an issue with that not being in the race, then I needed to jump in and do it myself.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So the election is November 7th?
Yes, Tuesday, November 7th, about 2 weeks.
Yes, and we want you to get out and we want you to vote. Now I need you. You've got to spell your name for these people. Take it slow and spell the name.
Yeah, so if people want to find out more information about me and my campaign, you can find me on social media by typing in Nguvu Tasare. That's N as in Nancy, G as in Gary, U, V as in Victor, U. Tasare is T as in Tango, S as in Sam, A as in Alpha, R as in Robert, E as in Echo. You can tell I've done that before, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I know you've done it before on this show,
Right.
because I cannot pronounce your first name.
It's
And I'm so
okay. I give
sorry.
everybody a 6 month grace period, so it's only been 2 months.
So I got
you got
I
four
got
more
4 more
months.
months. Huh?
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, we're gonna see how that's gonna work. We really are. So on the day of election, I'm sure there will be people at the different precincts.
Yes. So we'll have volunteers at as many precincts as possible with our green and blue T-shirts. I would typically wear my campaign shirt, but I can't wear the green behind this green screen. So,
Right.
but yes. So if you'd like to volunteer, you can go to my website nguvutasare.com and give us your information. We'll reach out to you and get you plugged in for Election Day.
So what's coming up next?
So this Thursday, actually, at the Mathis Community Center, I'll be a part of a debate with the other candidates in this race. District 2 is very unique. We have 4 candidates in the general election.
Correct.
I am just one of 2 write-in candidates, but I think that we've positioned ourselves as a campaign very strongly, as strongly as we could, as a write-in candidate to win. And then a really, really big debate I think everybody should be at is going to be at Focus Hope on November 3rd. That is going to be a big one. And then, of course, we're having our campaign Election Day celebration on Election Day, November 7th. And that'll be at Sweet Soul Bistro at 8 p.m.
What bistro?
Sweet Soul Bistro.
And
They
where's
have
that?
some of the best food in my district. That's at 6 Mile and Schaefer.
6 Mile and Shape.
Yep, right across from the DMC.
Okay.
Yep.
Now you just said that you have a debate coming up this Thursday. What's that location again?
That's at the Mathis Community Center, and I believe it starts at 6 p.m.
Now where's that located?
Oh, man, I'm sorry. I don't even have the address on you. I didn't even bring it with
Well,
me.
what street?
Oh, man, I'm sorry. I'm drawing a blank.
Okay, we need someone to call in. You can call in at this phone number, 313-868-0331, and give us the address to that particular
Yes,
center.
thank you.
So please call in because we really need it. That's important so the people can come out and hear you in this great debate. So who are the other candidates?
The other candidates, and I won't give them too much airtime, but Virgil Smith and Roy McAllister.
Okay.
And then George Cushingberry, I guess, did sign up to run as a write-in candidate.
Okay. So what is your platform? What are you standing for?
So I am running on a platform to decrease crime, increase economic opportunity, and strengthen public services, and do it in a way that centers our residents as the solutions to our challenges and not treat them as the challenges themselves. And what separates me from the other candidates in this race is that I'm actually coming to the table with concrete programs and initiatives that once I'm elected, I'll begin to implement. And I'm not just talking about what I believe. I'm not talking about what I think or where I stand on the big issues of the day. I'm talking about the meat and potato, grassroots, local, micro issues that affect people's everyday lives, such as how are we going to deter crime without over-policing our district? How are we going to give DPD the tools to enforce the speed limits in our residential neighborhoods and on our major busy corridors, right? How are we going to make our streets safer to walk? How are we going to encourage more businesses to come to District 2? How are we going to support the businesses who are already in District 2? These are the types of issues that I've been tackling for the past year with this campaign, and I think that that's why we've been able to gain the traction that we've gained.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's really good. We're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have more with Tasari, and the phone lines will be open, and you'll be able to call in and ask a question. Once again, the phone number is 313-868-0331. We'll be right back.
Enjoy real time. discussing politics and things that make us tick.
On the Robert, on the Robert, on the Robert Show.
Welcome to the Robert Show.
Welcome to the Robert Show. You ain't gotta go. Welcome to the Robert Show. Welcome to the Robert Show.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a dad today. Call or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
Okay, welcome back. I'm here with Tasari, who's running for the Detroit City Council for the District 2 area. Tasari, we've talked about the campaign a little, but I want to talk a little about you.
Yeah.
I would like for the audience to know your age and what do you do, your studies and things of that nature.
Yeah, well, before we do that, I need to correct myself.
Okay.
One of my team members is actually related to Judge Mathis, who owns our community center. He's going to kill me when he sees this video. But the address of the Mathis Community Center is 19300 Greenfield Road. So for those of you watching, those of you listening, this Thursday, I believe at 6 p.m., the debate will be at the Mathis Community Center, and the address is 19300 Greenfield Road. All right.
Okay.
So I'm 28 years old, was born and raised in Lansing, Michigan. And my mother sent me and my siblings, I'm the oldest of 5, she sent us to a rural school district outside of Lansing called Holt, Michigan. And she sent us there because as a product of the Lansing School District herself, she felt that we would be better served to go to this other school district for different reasons.
Okay.
And one of the unintended consequences of going to this school district was that I dealt with a lot of overt racism.
Okay.
And this is this is before Trayvon Martin, before Black Lives Matter. As a young activist in this school district, I founded the Black Student Union, and I had really no support. You know, being a teenage black activist in those days wasn't sexy, right? We didn't have a national organization or platform to do our work, and so it was very lonely work. But when I left Holt High School, all I wanted to do was be in a safe space, and this is 10 years ago.
Now, Hope High School was in a rural district?
Yeah, Holt. Yep.
Holt?
Yep. And Holt, Michigan.
Okay,
Yep.
but are there many African-American people?
No. I'd say out of about 2,000 students, maybe 100 of us were black.
Okay.
Maybe. And so, you know, I had some extended family who went to school there, who happened to be white. And, you know, when we chose Holt, Michigan, you know, I was excited about being with my cousins and being with my family, but I learned very quickly that reality for me as a darker skinned person was very different than other students.
It still is today.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
And so the
Very
reason
much so.
the reason why I love this city so much, and I moved here 2007, before the whole Kwame scandal, before bankruptcy, before people my age were moving to Detroit, everybody was leaving Detroit. And I fell in love with this city because for the first time in my life, I was surrounded by people who looked like me, who affirmed me, who gave me a safe space to grow and thrive as a young black man. And I'll always be indebted to the city for giving me that.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. They let you know who you were.
Oh, yeah. And it's such a revolutionary city. I mean, this city has so much history,
Oh, very
right?
much
You know,
so.
a lot of people don't know Malcolm X was raised in Lansing, Michigan. I was raised right up the street off of MLK in Lansing, Michigan, and he made his way to Detroit. This is the birthplace of the Nation of Islam, the Republic of New Africa, right? This is an amazingly beautiful city for black people, and it's important that it's important that we have people in office
You know, I love
who
this
understand
city.
that. Yeah,
I love Detroit.
me too.
I've moved, I've moved away, but never stayed away too long because
Yeah.
I missed here so much.
Same here.
You know, I love the city.
Yep.
Wouldn't take it for nothing.
Nah.
For nothing.
Nah.
Because it offers so much and it's so diverse. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you know, we just have this kind of swag about us. Like we don't take any mess. You know, we have very low tolerance for mess, and so you know, anytime I travel, you know, I'm a career flight attendant, 7 years, and anytime I travel anywhere in the country, people can tell I'm from Detroit.
Oh,
Just
how?
just the way I carry myself, confidence,
Okay.
low tolerance for BS, and I cut straight to the chase about issues, and we just kind of have a very what I think is a beautifully aggressive demeanor
So
about
if,
ourselves.
if you're elected to the city council, does that mean you're going to give up being a flight attendant?
I don't know. We'll see. You know, I don't know if anybody from Delta is listening, but I would like to take a leave of absence if when I win. So we'll see. But if I have to, I will.
Okay.
You know, I always tell people, you know, I've been very, very blessed to have a job that I really like. But I've been more blessed to have a job that allows me to do what I love, and that's community work.
Okay.
And so if the community decides that they want me to represent them for the next 4 years, I'll take that opportunity, and I wouldn't pass that up for anything.
Well, we certainly hope that people get out and vote, will vote,
I hope so,
and
too.
will cast their vote for you.
I hope so,
You
too.
know, I've gotten to know you somewhat, not like the way I would like to, but I still have gotten to know you from being on the show and seeing you in the neighborhood and things of that nature. And so you certainly have my vote. I'm going to cast my vote for you.
That makes
And
me
I
so
hope
happy.
some more of you all, especially those of you that live in District 2, will support Tasari and his campaign. He's a young man with young ideas, and we need new, fresh ideas, especially coming from young people. You know, I pride myself in surrounding myself around young people because they have good ideas, and then they make me young. Just hanging around them, they make me feel young. So, you know, I don't hang around with too many people of my own age. I hang around young people because they keep me young, and they keep me up with the latest trends
Yeah.
and things of that nature.
And you see, I'm the opposite of you. See, I hang around elders all the time, and I hang
Well,
around.
that's because we got the wisdom. You
Oh
know?
my goodness, yes, yes.
Yeah,
And I think that is another reason why, you know, we've been as successful as we have been because, you know, a lot of times people in my generation discount the contributions of the
Oh,
elders
most
in our
definitely.
community.
Most
and
definitely.
a lot of elders in my district, I've really had to work to earn their support because they came with a set of preconceived notions that I might just be using them for a vote and don't really care about them or their issues. And believe me, I do. It was the elders who brought me into this movement of black activism. It's the elders who sustained me, and it's my ancestors who keep me going every day. So,
Oh, that's wonderful.
you know,
That's wonderful.
so you know, there's nothing like the wisdom of an elder.
Okay,
nothing.
so if you win this election, which we're hoping that
Yes.
will take place, what all are you going to really do when you first get in office? What's the first thing you're gonna tackle?
Yeah. Well, one of the first things I'm going to tackle is immediately organizing people in our district to start what I'm calling the District 2 Radio Patrol program. One of the promises that I'm making, I call it the Tasare Promise, is that at the end of my 4 years, every neighborhood in my district will have a radio patrol. There are great people like Jim Ward of Green Acres who have been doing successful community patrols in their neighborhood for decades, and that is a huge contributing factor to keeping your neighborhood safe and deterring crime. And so if we're serious about strengthening public safety in our district, we cannot place the entire onus on our police force.
By no means, we have
You know,
to get involved as
exactly.
well. We have to get involved as well.
So that's one of the first things. Another thing is a District 2 tutoring program. A lot of times you'll hear elected officials talking about, you know, the fact that they have no jurisdiction over DPS-CD. And that is true, but as your councilman, it's still my responsibility to stand in solidarity with the children and parents of my district. And if I can't control what's happening in the classroom, what I can do is give as much support as I can outside of the classroom.
Oh, most definitely.
And so
most
that
definitely.
District 2 tutoring program will be another way of showing our children and showing our young people that they live in a community that values them and cares about them.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
Sounds really good. Okay, we want you to know that the phone lines are open. 313-868-0331. You can call in if you have a question for Tasari, or even if you have a question for me, you can call in. You know, I have a new producer of my show now that you just met, Tasari.
Yes.
Very nice young man. His name is Caleb Foster. He's only 19.
Yes.
Only 19. He's a graduate of Spec Howard Media School. And he's going to be working with me. He's going to be doing great things for me and
I'm
with
excited
me.
for him. I mean, you know, it's you know, I'm 28 and I'm still technically a millennial, and you know, growing up, we as the millennial generation hear so many negative things about our generation. But then you look at people like Caleb, you look at people like me. I have the youngest campaign manager in Detroit history, Christian Alvarado. He's only 18 years old.
Oh, wow.
And so, we're doing great things. And I believe the millennial generation is going to make everybody proud.
I certainly hope so. I certainly hope, because they are our future. You all are our future.
Yeah.
And so we have to look up to you all. And if you all don't do something and take control, what's going to happen?
And I mean, we can't be any worse than the generation that elected Donald Trump. So, I'm just saying. I don't know if it'll get too much worse than that.
Donald Trump. We're not going to talk about him. I got a lot to say about that man, but we're going to leave him alone.
Right. That's another show.
This show is devoted to you today.
I appreciate it.
No, I appreciate your comment. So what other things do you have in the making?
Yeah, so right now, my entire focus is on this campaign, right? And it's been a beautiful experience. It is a beautiful experience. I totally underestimated the amount of work that it would take to do this thing.
Oh my God!
Otherwise I may not have run.
Yeah,
I was crazy
it's
enough.
A lot of footwork.
A lot, but it's been beautiful. And so we're gonna get through the election. We're gonna see what happens on election day. I'm so fortunate to have people who are supporting me. I have a brother all the way from North Carolina who met me on social media and has been following my campaign. He's flying up here to volunteer on election day.
Oh, that's
wonderful. So
we're
on election day we're just going to get out there, get as many votes as we can, hopefully win this thing, party our hearts away election night, and then we go back to work building for the community after election day.
So where's your campaign headquarters going to be?
So the headquarters is at 18417 Wyoming. But we actually, we've been in the field so much we haven't even really been using it as much. It's right next to Unique Flowers near Curtis in Wyoming.
Okay.
And shout out to Unique Flowers, black-owned business, been there for a few years, and she has an amazing product.
Okay, you're on the air. What is your question, please?
Ray, how you doing?
I'm great.
I got a question for your guest.
Okay.
Hi.
Right, Tasari is your name?
Yes, sir. And Nguvu is my first name. Tasari is my last name.
Question is, if for some you say you're a write-in candidate,
yes, sir.
For whatever reason somebody misspells your name as a write-in candidate, what would happen? Will they spell it out?
So, fortunately, the law says that as long as
because you do have an unusual name, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not like Smith or Stones or nothing like that, or Harris, So if they happen to spell it wrong, but one letter even, will they throw it out?
No. So I think it's the Board of Canvassers. They make the final determination as to whether or not a write-in vote is going to stand, and they have their own formula as to whether or not they'll accept any one kind of variation of my name. Luckily, there's nobody in this race running as a write-in candidate with a name similar to mine, and so it would be highly unlikely that they would throw out a ton of votes. Now, if it's just something so different from my name, then yes. But if it's just one or two letters off, from my understanding of the law and from what I've been told, that vote will still count. So you don't have to spell it completely correctly, although we'd prefer you to. But just write it out. And you can always take a mailer into the polls with you, just so you can make sure that you spell it correctly.
Okay. The reason I called it in is because I would suggest to you, I mean, if you can, if you want to accept my suggestion,
of course,
you need to plaque it with your name on it in big font, dark font, across, and spell it out and have it sitting on the desk that you're sitting in front of, so that when the people see it, they'll know exactly how to spell your name.
Thank you.
Big, bold, dark fonts, or a campaign poster with your name on it with big letters,
Yes.
That way it'll give people a chance to know exactly how to spell your name.
And you know what? From this day forward, I will do that. I don't know why my team and I didn't even think of that. I like that idea.
Yeah. You can have a little small strip of, like sitting right there at the desk that you have.
Yes.
As long as it's a big, large font so people can actually see it.
Thank you for your call in, sir.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. And good luck in the race.
Thank you. Are you a District 2 resident?
No, I'm not. I was just concerned about the spelling of your name and if they would throw it out.
Oh, man. So, well, if you know anybody who lives in District 2, please spread the word.
You will do.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good day.
Okay, and Google. Did I say your name right there?
You almost got it.
We need to give that spelling out again.
Yes. So my name is spelled N as in Nancy, G as in Gary, U, V as in Victor, U. Last name T as in Tango, S as in Sam, A as in Alpha, R as in Robert, E as in Echo.
Okay. That's our show for today. We thank you, Tasari, for coming today. And we really want you to get out and vote. Now, you have to be in District 2 to vote.
You do have to be a District 2 resident, and you can go to the city website to find out if you are a District 2 resident. But again, the geographical boundaries roughly are between Woodward, well, really John R. and Southfield Freeway, and then 8 Mile in Davison.
Okay.
Roughly.
Okay. We got it. So there you have it. I certainly thank you for being a part of the show today. I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you so
nothing
much.
but the best.
And
thank you for coming on the show.
I was just
really
going to say thank you
appreciate
for having me.
Oh,
you know,
it's been my pleasure. You'll be on again, you know, because you're gonna win the election.
Stop it.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna predict that you're gonna win.
Thank
you know,
you.
and we need all young people. Please get out and vote, young people.
Yes.
Get out and vote. We can't change anything, or you can't change anything if you don't cast your vote. So please, let's vote. Get out and vote. And not only the young people, the age as well. Get out and vote. It's important. We had too many people to die for the right for us to vote today. So you get out and you go to the polls and you vote, especially vote for this young man. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
It's been my
Thank
pleasure
you.
having you. It's been my pleasure getting to know you, really.
Oh, man. And you know, I'm new to all of this. So,
and
you know.
I ain't got to know you yet, but I'm going to.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
Oh, yeah. It's going to
Especially
come.
after November 7th. I'll have so much time on my hands.
I'm not going to claim that. You're not going to have no time on your hands.
Oh, yes, I will. Even
You're gonna be in office, and
even
you
when I
have
win.
a lot of things to
but
do.
even when I win, I won't start till January 1st. So we're going to hang out after November 7th.
Okay, I got you. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Robert Show today. And that's our show for today. So we hope to see you on the second Tuesday in November.
Enjoy real time. On the Robert Show. Discussing politics.